I've mentioned before that celebrities are named after gods and goddesses, and I'm just going to show you a few examples. Anyone with the name Diane or Diana, this is a reference to the moon goddess. The statue of the many-breasted Artemis Ephesia was presumed to symbolize not only fertility, but the ability of this goddess to breastfeed all animals and all living beings. This goddess, Artemis Ephesia, was also said to have been born under a date palm tree. Diana, this Latin word, properly denoting a Roman divinity, is the representative of the Greek Artemis, the tutelary goddess of the Ephesians, who plays so important a part in the narrative of Acts 19. The Ephesian Diana was, however, regarded as invested with very different attributes and is rather to be identified with Astarte and other female divinities of the East. This idol was regarded as an object of peculiar sanctity and was believed to have fallen down from heaven. Next actor is called January Jones. Most people know that January is named after the Roman god Janus, who has two faces, which is basically what this person is doing. He's presenting as female, but he's actually male. And it does connect to Sibyl. Janus holds the keys to the sky, and Sibyl holds the keys to the earth. So they're both portal gods. This one is called Inanna Sarkis. I did a video about this person in 2021. Inanna is an ancient Mesopotamian goddess associated with love, beauty, sex, desire, fertility, war, justice, and political power. She was originally worshipped in Sumer and was later worshipped by the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians under the name Ishtar. She was also known as the Queen of Heaven and was the patron goddess of the Anna temple in the city of Uruk. She was especially beloved by the Assyrians, who elevated her to become the highest deity in their pantheon, ranking above their own national god Ashur. The cult of Inanna Ishtar, which may have been associated with a variety of sexual rites, including homosexual transvestite priest, sacred prostitution, and herogamy between Sumerian kings and her priestesses, was continued by the East Semitic-speaking people who succeeded the Sumerians in the region. Inanna Ishtar is alluded to in the Hebrew Bible, and she greatly influenced the Phoenician goddess Astarte, who later influenced the development of the Greek goddess Aphrodite. One well-known text of similar antiquity to Enhedua's work describes a religious festival held in honor of Inanna. The people of Sumer parade before you. The male prostitutes comb their hair before you. They decorate the napes of their necks with colored scarves. The women adorn their right side with men's clothing. The men adorn their left side with women's clothing. This has led commenters to state that Inanna's temples employed transvestites, which is what these people are. That's why I don't call them androgynes, because that assumes that they're both gendered, but they're not. They are men who are wearing women's clothing and women who are wearing men's clothing. This actor is called Thora Birch. She was a child actor, but hasn't really acted much lately. Thor is the Norse god of thunder, and the equivalent is Zeus. Domain, sky and thunder, symbols, the thunderbolt. Birch comes from showbiz parents. Jack Birch and Kel Connors were adult film stars. They both appeared in the famous porno Deep Throat. They named Thora after the Norse god of thunder. Her younger brother is named Bolt, presumably after a thunderbolt. This person's forename and surname are both connected to the occult. Birch, gender, feminine, planet, Venus, element water, deity, Thor. The traditional broom of the witches was made of birch twigs. And as a child, he was in the film Hocus Pocus, and for Halloween, he was a witch. What he's doing to his top is similar to what Dakota's doing, and also the Sheila Nagig, is pulling the vulva open. And that's why he's giving you that knowing look, because he knows it's vaginal symbology. And this is maybe 10 years before the remake of Suspiria, so this is a thing. And as time has progressed, this person is failing to pass. Now we've got this actor called Juno Temple. Juno is the wife and also sister of Jupiter. She's the queen of the gods, which is why she's sometimes referred to as Regina. In Greece, Juno is known as Hera. The connection with the Roman goddess Juno arises from the fact that the Romans coined money in the temple of Juno. Juno Temple. This one is named Rhea Perlman or Rhea Perlman. He's best known for being married to Danny DeVito. Rhea, the daughter of Gaia and Uranus, was a Greek titan and the mother of the Olympians. She was eventually liberated by her brother Cronos, whom she married. Hailed as the mother of the gods, Rhea was revered across the Hellenic world. She was especially popular on the Isle of Crete, where the infant Zeus was said to have come of age. Rhea was also held in high regard by the Orphics, who believed that she had conceived the goddess Persephone with her son Zeus. In art and literature, she was often conflated with Cybele, an Anatolian mother goddess whose cult was imported to the Greek world in the 4th century BCE. A standard folk etymology of the name Rhea, and the one endorsed by Plato in Cratylus, claimed that Rhea was a feminine form of the ancient Greek word rheo, meaning flow, discharge, or stream. Modern scholars have also suggested possible connections with the Greek words Rhea or Rhea and Oros. Alternatively, Rhea's name may be Semitic in origin, with possible connections to the root meaning friend, Ugaritic Hebrew, or graze. Which brings us to Cybele shepherd. Most women with the name Cybele is spelled with an S, but they spelled it with a C. Cybele is an Anatolian mother goddess. In Greece, Cybele met with a mixed reception. She became partially assimilated to aspects of the earth goddess Gaia and her possibly Minoan equivalent Rhea, and of the harvest mother goddess Demeter. Some city-states, notably Athens, invoked her as a protector, but her most celebrated Greek rites and processions show her as an essentially foreign, exotic mystery goddess who arrives in a lion-drawn chariot to the accompaniment of wild music, wine, and a disorderly, ecstatic following. Uniquely in Greek religion, she had a eunuch mendicant priesthood. Many of her Greek cults included rites to divine Phrygian castrate shepherd consort Attis. And his name is Cybele shepherd. The inscription Mater Kubaleia, a Phrygian rock-cut shrine dated to the first half of the 6th century BC, is usually read as Mother of the Mountain, a reading supported by ancient classical sources. A goddess thus born from stone. In the 2nd century AD, the geographer Pausanias attests to a Magnesian cult to the mother of the gods, whose image was carved into a rock spur of Mount Sepilus. This was believed to be the oldest image of the goddess and was attributed to the legendary Proteus. At Pessinus in Phrygia, the mother goddess, identified by the Greeks as Cybele, took the form of an unshaped stone of black, meteoric iron. Exactly like Diana of Ephesus and the black stone at the Kaaba. Most modern scholarship agrees that Cybele's consort Attis and her eunuch Phrygian priest Gali, Gallus was a eunuch priest of the Phrygian goddess Cybele and her consort Attis, would have arrived with the goddess along with at least some of the wild ecstatic features of her Greek and Phrygian cults. Some modern scholars assume that Attis must have followed much later, or that the Gali, described in later sources as shockingly effeminate and flamboyantly un-Roman, must have been an unexpected consequence of bringing the goddess in blind obedience to the Cybele, a case of biting off more than one can chew. Romans believed that Cybele, considered a Phrygian outsider even within her Greek cult, was the mother goddess of ancient Troy. Attis may have been a name or title of Cybele's priests or priest-kings in ancient Phrygia. Most myths of the deified Attis present him as founder of Cybele's Gali priesthood, but in Servius's account, written during the Roman imperial era, Attis castrates a king to escape his unwanted sexual attentions and is castrated in turn by the dying king. Cybele's priests find Attis at the base of a pine tree. He dies and they bury him, emasculate themselves in his memory, and celebrate him in their rites to the goddess. This account might attempt to explain the nature, origin, and structure of Pessinus' theocracy. A Hellenistic poet refers to Cybele's priest in the feminine as Galai. The Roman poet Catullus refers to Attis in the masculine until his emasculation, and in the feminine thereafter. Various Roman sources refer to the Gali as middle or third gender. The Gali's voluntary emasculation and service of the goddess was thought to give them powers of prophecy. So I think this is the real reason behind why they transgender, because if they get the surgery down there, it is considered castration. They think it gives them more powers of divination and prophecy. Most people here know about Celine Dion. Dear Canada, I'm really sorry that you have to deal with this person. Selena, Greek, the moon, also Selene and Selena. They spelled it differently, that's all. Moons of Saturn? Dion. So this person's name literally means Saturn's moon. The next one we refer to is Jared Leto. Leto was one of the Titans, a bride of Zeus and the mother of the twin gods Apollon and Artemis. She was the goddess of motherhood and, with her children, a protectress of the young. Her name in iconography suggests she was also a goddess of modesty and womanly demure. Like her sister Asteria, she may also have been a goddess of the night, or alternatively, of the light of day. Cassandra Peterson, better known as Elvira. Cassandra in Greek mythology was a Trojan priestess dedicated to the god Apollo and fated by him to utter true prophecies but never to be believed. In modern usage, her name is employed as a rhetorical device to indicate a person whose accurate prophecies, generally of impending disaster, are not believed. And of course, we've got Venus Williams, and Venus is the god of love and beauty, also known as Aphrodite, and Inanna Ishtar. This person's name is Dove Cameron. In the ancient Near East and Mediterranean world, the dove became an iconic symbol of the mother goddess. The Sumerian mother goddess Ishtar is often portrayed as holding a pigeon. The ancient Phoenicians associated Astarte, the goddess of love and fertility, with the dove. The Greek goddess Aphrodite and the Roman goddess Venus were both symbolically represented by doves. Do you understand? These are not normal everyday people. They don't get normal names. This person reminds me of Rosie Huntington Whiteley. I'm not sure if I'm looking at a real person. I don't get any soul coming out. I don't feel any flesh and blood. I don't know if this is some sort of synthetic robotoid or what it is. Nimrod Antal is a Hungarian-American film director, screenwriter and actor. He directed the Nina Project and the dive from the 4th season of Stranger Things. Nimrod, or Nimrud, is a biblical figure mentioned in the book of Genesis and books of Chronicles. The son of Cush and therefore a great-grandson of Noah, Nimrud was described as a king in the land of Shinar. Later extra-biblical traditions identified Nimrud as the ruler who commissioned the construction of the Tower of Babel, which led to his reputation as a king who was rebellious against God. Enki Bilal is a French comic book creator, comics artist, and film director. Most famous for the Nicole trilogy, which became the film Immortal that he directed. Enki was the Sumerian god of wisdom, fresh water, intelligence, trickery and mischief, crafts, magic, exorcism, healing, creation, virility, fertility, and art. His name means Lord of the Earth, and his symbols are the fish and the goat, both representations of fertility. Alexa Vega is our next person. There's a reason they call them stars. Sometimes they're not named after a god, but a constellation. There is a star called Vega in the constellation of Lyra. When I heard about Castor Semenya, I immediately knew what they were talking about. The constellation Gemini is made of two twins named Castor and Pollux. Sometimes Castor and Pollux are depicted as twin boys, but in other mythologies, it's a boy and a girl. So the fact that this person's name is Castor and is allegedly a hermaphrodite, I don't think so, but I know what they're on about. I have noticed some of these people are named after herbs that do have a magical significance. For example, Rowan Atkinson. Rowan, folk names Wiccan tree, witchbane, witchen, witchwood, gender, masculine, planet, sun, element, fire, deity, Thor. Rowanwood carried increases psychic powers, and the branches are often used in fashioning dowsing rods and magical wands. We also have Rowan Blanchard, and as this person has gotten older, it does not pass. Ebony Smith is another minor actor. Ebony, powers, protection, power. Ebony wood is protective and so is used in making amulets. Ebony wands give the magician pure, unadulterated power. There are several actors named Holly. Holly, gender, masculine, planet, Mars, element, fire. Powers, protection, anti-lightning, luck and dream magic. Holly is also carried to promote good luck, especially by men, since the holly is a male plant. Ivy is the corresponding plant for women. So most people know about Hollywood and the branches from the holly tree, but they don't know about the transgender aspect, which is important because these people believe that's what gives them power. Reality actor Hazel E. wearing the trans flag on the dress because they tell you what they are. Hazel, gender, masculine, planet, sun, deities, Mercury, Thor, Artemis, and Diana. Hazelwood can be used to make fine all-purpose magical wands. The forked branches are utilized by dowsers to divine hidden objects. This person is called Lily Collins, and it follows because, read number 3, the Collins bloodline. Lilies, some are poisonous, gender feminine, planet moon, deities Venus, Juno, Nephthys, and Kuan Yin. Magical uses: plant lilies in the garden to keep away ghosts and evil, protect against the evil eye, and to keep unwanted visitors from your home. This one is Lily Reinhardt, but it's spelled L-I-L-I. The term Lilu refers to a type of demon associated with women and children. Another variety of Lilitu, the Ardette Lili, was a female vampire who slept with men and bore them ghostly children. Lil is the root word for lily, which is her symbol. Her sacred bird was the owl. In fact, she is referred to as a night owl in Isaiah 34:14. Lilith is in fact drawn from the Lili, female demonic spirit in Mesopotamic demonology. So it's not Lily, it is Lili, like Lili Sobieski. Apparently her real name is Lillian. Used to be an actor, doesn't act too much any longer. And the last one is Fern Cotton. Never met anyone with the name Fern. Some ferns are poisonous, gender masculine, planet Mercury, deities Laka and Puck. Carried or worn, fern has the power to guide its bearer to discover treasures. Cotton, gender feminine, planet Moon. Powers: luck, healing, protection, rain, and fishing magic. Cotton is the best kind of cloth, next to wool, to use for making sachets or for any time cloth is needed in magic. I'm sure there's more that I missed, but this is all I've got time for today. I just wanted to do a short video about the names and the meanings behind their names. These are not normal everyday people, and it's quite easy to see what they're doing once you learn their tricks.